During this time of year, you are likely polishing your marketing budget, and determining the resources needed in terms of people is always a challenge. A big factor in a budget is the question of whether to outsource or execute with internal resources. In this podcast, we discuss both sides of using external partners or keeping things in-house. Let's begin the podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Janice Kleins, Marketing Manager for AOE. Today, we'll be answering one of the biggest marketing questions. Should you keep things in-house or outsource to an external agency? Joining me today to discuss this topic is Kimberly Kaler, President of AOE, who recently wrote the blog, Maximizing Your Marketing Impact, weighing the benefits of in-house teams and external agencies. Let's dive right in. Welcome, Kimberly.
Thanks, Janice.
So let's start with the main factor organizations should consider when deciding whether to keep marketing in-house or work with an external agency. Can you give our audience some insight on that?
Sure, that's a great place to start. So the first thing to do is to really look at what your marketing goals are. Once these goals are in place and you have a strategic marketing plan outlined, you can evaluate the core competencies of your internal team. So do they have the skill sets needed to achieve these goals? And take a really honest look at that, because if you've outlined, for example, a particular tactic and you don't have the team members that have the skills and the experience to do it, ask yourself, are you really going to be successful? Are there areas where external expertise could really provide a competitive edge? So this strategic evaluation, it will help you determine whether to keep certain projects in-house and when to outsource and bring another team in.
So it sounds like it's really about understanding your team's strengths and where you might need extra help. Can you give an example of a situation when outsourcing makes the most sense?
Definitely. So take media relations, for example. You may have really strong writers on your team that are able to really provide content that delivers on your key messages, but they may not have the industry connections to place articles in the right publications. In this case, outsourcing to an agency with those established relationships can be really effective because it takes a lot of time to build those relationships with the media. The in-house team can handle creating content, and the external agency can ensure the content reaches your target audience. And by having that balanced approach where everybody's doing what they do best, it can lower the cost in terms of your actual marketing spend as well.
Okay, so that makes sense. Beyond media connections, what are some of the benefits of working with an external agency?
Well, one major benefit is staying on the cutting edge of marketing trends. So agencies work with a variety of clients, so they're immersed in the latest technologies and best practices, or hopefully you're teaming with one that does. They're often the first to adapt new tools and methodologies, which can give your organization a real competitive advantage, gives you a chance to actually learn with each other. Additionally, agencies can offer cost efficiencies by leveraging their relationships with technology providers to secure better rates on software, media buys, and more.
So it sounds like there's a lot of innovation that comes with working with an agency. But what about in-house teams? What are some of the advantages of keeping things internal?
So in-house teams definitely have their place and strengths. And one is the biggest advantage is just control. So your in-house team is embedded within your organization. So they have a deep understanding of your company culture, your vision, your values, and this can lead to more cohesive marketing efforts that are aligned with your overall mission. Plus, since they're part of your company, the in-house team usually has the ability to have quicker access to other departments, which can streamline decision-making and lead to faster execution of campaigns.
Okay, so let's talk about maybe a hybrid approach. Can you explain how combining in-house teams and external agencies can maximize marketing impact?
Definitely. And this is actually the approach that AOE typically works because we recognize the importance of the internal team in their role. So the hybrid approach allows you to leverage the best of both worlds. Your in-house team brings the internal knowledge and control and access, while the external agency brings the specialized skills and industry expertise. And by collaborating, you can create a more comprehensive and effective marketing strategy, and likely the most cost-effective approach as well. This approach ensures that your in-house team remains in control of the vision and the culture, but you're also able to tap into the innovation and broader access to industry knowledge and trends.
That sounds like the perfect balance. So, what should companies look for when selecting an external agency to partner with in their in-house team?
Make sure that you find an agency that not only has expertise in delivering the solutions that you need in terms of what you've outlined, but also has experience collaborating with in-house teams. I often say that we play really well with others in the sandbox, and that's super important. Everybody needs to feel like they're rowing in the same direction, they're all part of the same team, and they're not in competition with one another. This ensures seamless integration and clear communication. You want an agency that enhances your team's efforts, not replaces them. So look for a proven track record of working in partnership with internal teams to achieve marketing success. That may even be something that you ask during an interview of an agency, is for them to describe how they work with internal teams and what their success rate is.
That's great advice. Obviously, finding the right fit is key. So, to wrap things up, what's your main takeaway for an organization as they finalize their 2025 marketing budgets?
Main takeaway is to be strategic about how you allocate your resources. So, once again, don't forget the step of outlining your goals, what you're trying to accomplish, and then taking a real hard look at your team's strengths and determine where that external expertise can help fill in the gaps. By being very thoughtful about what stays in house and what gets outsourced, you can create a marketing strategy that maximizes both impact and efficiency.
That's fantastic advice, Kimberly. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. For those of you listening, if you're considering outsourcing or looking for an external partner to collaborate with your in-house team, AOE is here to help. Please reach out to us for more information on how we can elevate your marketing efforts. And on a side note, if you're unsure how your in-house team, where their strengths lie, we do offer the Working Genius, which can definitely help you nail down or pin down where everyone is. And that's on our website at aoeteam.com under the Services tab, Working Genius. And if you want to read Kimberly's full blog, that is also on our website at aoeteam.com under the blog section. Thank you, Kimberly, for joining me today, and thank you to everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this session provides value, and we hope you will join us for our next podcast.